We're talking about AI today. Elon Musk has warned about the dangers of AI, that robots could take over the world. This is the greatest risk to civilization. Do you agree?
Well, almost certainly not in that simple format. I actually think AI has huge potential. Solve disease, bring education and medicine to the whole world, be able to enable even, for example, space colonization. I do think there are risks, and so I think we need to be careful about how we're doing it. Careful doesn't mean slow, but careful means intelligent.
What are the risks?
Well, the actual real risks, once you get past the science fiction description, which I tend to say, the Terminator movie and everything else, is very vivid in our imagination, but not the real risks. The real risks are things like, well, we already have algorithms running our lives. We have them doing credit, Equifax and so forth. We have them doing judgments on parole and parole violation. All of these things have impacts that are currently like black boxes to us, and we want to have a good society. So I think those are actually the near-term risks. And then there get questions around cybersecurity, and there's a whole set of things that come out. But the whole science fiction risk is a ways out.
Elon Musk told my colleague Ashley Vance that, in this scenario of robots taking over the world, Alphabet or a company like Google could inadvertently do evil, create this robot army. Does the future of AI rely on the good intentions of these companies, and can we trust them?
So I don't think it necessarily is relying on the good intentions of companies, because, by the way, you have thousands of people working in these companies, thousands of people working on these projects. That gives you a very broad scope of potential whistleblowers. Like, they're people, if they see something wrong, they can speak up. I do think the thing is to be intentional about what is the thing that best helps society. And I think that is, for example, design AI to help, pay attention to the question of how do we have good human outcomes, and how do we do that? And I think that's actually what's going to happen. Now, the examples that, for example, Elon told Ashley were things like, well, you cause it to, well, I don't know if this is one he told Ashley, but you tell the AI to eliminate spam, and it says eliminate all human beings. That's actually kind of fictional. Like, you can actually, as you're building the safety measures into these devices, you say, look, as you ask for more resources, or as you articulate your goals, have humans in the loop. That's a simple safety measure. I already know that Google's thinking about that. I already know that Microsoft's thinking about that. I already know that Facebook's thinking about that. So I don't think it's a rely on the good intentions.
So is this fear-mongering irresponsible, as Mark Zuckerberg said?
I think it's dangerous because it causes the discussion not to focus on the real issues. So we all talk about, robots marching in the streets versus how are algorithms already influencing our lives, and what are the things we should do for transparency, for the right kinds of social outcomes. It isn't that we shouldn't think about the science fiction dystopias at all, but we should think about them in ways of steering towards the utopias.